The Pattern is a Holy Spirit-inspired program aired on AGBA Online Radio. Tune in for a unique encounter with Christ this and every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. with Brother Cece, and you will be blessed.
Lock it on to the best station on the net. This is AGBA Online, streaming 24/7.
Oh, boss Dave JLOOPZ.
Hello.
Whoa, so good to have you on this show. You're welcome to the Pardon Show.
Thank you very much. I'm honored and privileged.
Yeah, we are grateful to have you here. Thanks so much for responding to this invitation.
Thank you too for having me.
All right, so how are you doing at the moment?
By God's grace, I'm cooking. I have life. My family is alive. My friends, the people affiliated to me, they are all fine now. Yeah, by God's grace.
Yeah, by God's grace, you are good. We are grateful. We are grateful. So this COVID-19 has made all of us be indoors.
Oh yeah. It's but the other time I listed so many positives because I try to highlight positives even in periods when I think that I'm going through down moments, and they always work. When you try to see the positives and the negatives, you are content with whatever God has made it for you. So I think everything is good. We just have to improvise and still make God proud. Yeah.
Wow. So listeners, we have the world's greatest, one of the top-notch keyboards player. He is, let me inform you that he is currently the Nord ambassador. You know, the Nord keyboard. He is their ambassador, right? And he's going to tell us something about that. But let's set the ball rolling. So who is Dave JLOOPZ?
My real name is David Fortunatus. Fortunatus is in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 16. He was sent by Paul and another guy. I don't really remember. Yeah, so my full name is David Fortunatus, and I'm a very exuberant lover of God. I love music. Everything in my life has been highlighted by music. So when I was a child, I grew through the ranks to appreciate vocal, oral music. And so, yes, through everything, I've made music the highlight, and that matters. So I call myself a music consultant because I try to relate everything I've experienced in my life in music together as an entity and try to bless and impact my generation. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us where you grew up.
I grew up in a small town in Accra called Adabraka.
Okay.
Where that's where I grew up. It was still in Adabraka Prezi. I went to a Prezi. So that I went from part 1 to here. Yeah.
Wow. And then from there?
Yeah, so from there I went to a finance secondary school, Cantonment. Yeah.
Okay.
And I read business as in the business class.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great. So a friend of mine told me you graduated at UCC. Is that true?
I graduated where?
University of Cape Coast.
No. It's rather University of Education Winneba. After finance. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's great. A piece of information given to us. So, guys, he is a graduate of UEW, University of Education.
Yeah, UEW.
Winneba. All right. For the record. Okay, let's continue. So, sir, when did you start playing keyboard?
Okay. I was born into a music family. Okay. My dad played the guitar. My uncle played the bass guitar. My mom could sing. My auntie was playing the keyboard. So I was fortunate enough to be among them anytime they were rehearsing for church. And so I'm sure I developed an interest from there because everything around me was music. And so they got me this toy piano. I remember I started going through it, playing all by myself. Like I still can't pinpoint anyone to see me in the early stages. It was just me, and it was just me trying to be adventurous, trying to imitate everything I was seeing from my parents and my family. So that's how I started.
Wow. So among the family, who really inspired you to play keyboard?
Oh, definitely be my dad.
Your dad.
Because it was the closest link. Like I had the opportunity to always listen to him before and after. So before, during, and after. So he rehearses. I'm there. We get to church. He plays, and I can put together all the things he had probably rehearsed. and he comes back, and that's all correction. So that was the momentum for me. Like, I was always had the opportunity to figure out what a rehearsal setting was being on stage sounded like, and what you working on your mistakes on stage was like. So he was definitely the first influencer when it comes to the instrument.
Wow. So, Daddy. All right. What age are we talking about?
My mom told me that she was around 7, 8.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, talking about 7, 8. Then I have 6 years to prove that as well. So yeah, it was very young.
Okay. Now, when did you realize playing keyboard as a ministry?
Well, I'm sure. No. Okay. Playing keyboard as a ministry came. My dad was the music pastor as well.
Okay.
So definitely there was a ministry where he had his own church, and I was a singer first. I was singing first actually, but there was no keyboardist, so I had to switch and sing and play.
Okay.
Till we groomed singers, then I was stuck to the keyboard. So that's when I realized that I was leading songs in church, and there was a tendency that I was going to really do that in future, because it was something I was always looking forward to, and I was always messing and watching other people and trying to grow with it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you mention how many songs you have produced? Do you have any idea how many? I know it's a lot.
Oh well, I've been to them. Well, I have a bio, but there are a lot. Like I should have printed them out. Like, but a lot.
Yes.
Like some underground, some out there, and some silent. You wouldn't even know. But yes, I'm not the type that like it's all out there with stuff like that. But I've really, by God's grace, helped so many people.
Now let's look at another thing. Knowing that you have this gift and you are good at playing keyboard, what informed you that you did not do secular or use your gift in a mainstream kind of music industry, but you decided to use it to serve God? What actually informed that decision?
Well, for me, it's upbringing. I didn't even have the opportunity to get into secular songs. Like, you have to hide doing listen to it, but you were born very godly parents, and it was a rule, no secular music. So sometime in my life, I became very naughty, and I was making to listen to all these things. But that was better. But most of the approaches were gospel. My daddy would download. Those times they were not downloading, so buy the CDs. So buy the CDs, and we had all the Nick Franklin's, what's his name, Andre Crouch, Oh, all those old people, and that was the record at home. So, like, unconsciously, you realize that they don't even have to tell you don't do it. But you start building up a love for it. That one music was just an adventurous way of probably upgrading my sound scope. But I didn't see myself going to it. I just go adventurous with the lyric content, with the melody they created, the harmonies, the texture of the voice. That really appealed to me. But as to me entering that genre, I didn't even think about it at that point, because I was definitely under parental guidance. So it never. So I'm sure nesting up all these things for a very long time just with my foundation in gospel genre.
That's so brilliant, the submission. Okay, tell us the first crew you ever joined, the very first one.
Okay, so very excited. So before I say that, you see, I was the kind of person that didn't even have the opportunity to go out.
Okay.
My mom was very strict, so I was always getting those. So everything I learned in music was just me and probably my church and my family. So I didn't find anything challenging because I didn't know anybody. So when I went to school, university, I met Philip Alpha, all the big guys.
Wow.
And I realized that I didn't know anything. I realized that, hey, all the bragging things I was doing at home, people were playing better. So there is where I remember passing by one of the departments and hearing someone playing something very beautiful on keys. And I enter and there's this short guy, he's got that in the UK right now. And I'm like, oh my God, I was depressed that day, and wow. I just realized that, nah. But that year, that guy was leaving the school. He was graduating. So, okay. And I was always with him. So I knew that the next time we came to school, all the pressure would be on me. So I remember that vacation, I didn't sleep. I rehearsed till, so like my head would be aching, like it was crazy. So fast forward, when I came out of school, I really thank God gave help so many people.
Now let's look at another thing. Knowing that you have this gift and you are good at playing keyboard, what informed you that you did not do secular or use your gift in a mainstream kind of music industry, but you decided to use it to serve God? What actually informed that decision?
Well, for me, it's upbringing. I didn't even have the opportunity to listen to secular songs. Like, you'd have to hide to even listen to it because you were born to very godly parents, and it was a rule, no secular music. Okay. So sometime in my life, I became very naughty, and I was making to listen to all those things. But that was the dark. Most of the approaches were gospel. My daddy would download. Those times they were not downloading. They would buy the CD. So buy the CDs, and we had all the Ken Franklin, what's his name, Andrew Crouch, so all those old people, and that was the record at home. So like unconsciously, you realize that they don't even have to tell you don't do this. Like you start building, have a love for it. That's what music was. Just go up a way, an essential way of probably upgrading my sound scope. But I didn't see myself going to it. I just go adventurous with the lyric content, the melody they created, the harmonies, the texture of the voice. That really appealed to me. But as to me entering that genre, I didn't even think about it at that point because I was still definitely under parental guidance. So it never. So I'm sure nesting up all these things for a very long time just stemmed my foundation in gospel genre.
That's so brilliant a submission. Okay, tell us the first crew you ever joined, the very first one.
Okay, so very exciting. So before I say that, you see, I was the kind of person that didn't even have the opportunity to go out. Okay. My mom was very strict, so I was always getting those. So everything I learned music was just me and probably my church and my family. So I didn't find anything challenging because I didn't know anybody. So when I went to school, university, I met Philip Alpha, all the big guys. Wow. And I realized that I didn't know anything. I realized that, hey, all the bragging things I was playing at home, people were playing better. So there is where I remember passing by one of the departments and hearing someone playing something very beautiful on keys. And I enter and there's this short guy, he's got that in the UK right now. And I'm like, oh my God, I was depressed that day, and I just realized that, nah. But that year, that guy was leaving the school. He was graduating. So, and I was always with him. So I knew that the next time we came to school, all the pressure would be on me. So I remember that vacation, I didn't sleep. I rehearsed till, so like my head would be aching, like it was crazy. So fast forward. When I came out of school, I was always looking for people to to work with and play with so that I wouldn't get rusty. So my first crew, I think, will be Impact Project.
Impact
Yes,
Project.
that's the first crew.
Yes. Wow.
Impact Project. I had the opportunity to be invited during my last years in school by a guy called Antonio. He's the pastor now. So I was going for their heads up for 6 months. Nobody knew I was a keyboardist. I was just sitting there watching them, and I was amazed at the synergy, the level of intelligence, the skill, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So I remember one day at rehearsals, they went on break, and I was trying my hands on the keyboard, and not knowing they were all listening to me. I didn't know, and they came around and said, "Hey, so all the time you're sitting here, you know how to play," and that was my entry point after 6 months of just watching from it. So the first group will be Impact Project. Yes, and that group really changed my mindset about music. And shout out to Jebi Jokoto and all the crew, Camille and everybody.
Wow.
They have been amazing, and that's where the angle of my music changed, and that's why I influenced music till today.
Okay, that's awesome. And then, so you left there, and then you moved where?
Well, okay, yes, we didn't really leave. Like, yeah, I played like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I played for almost 6 years.
Okay.
And we had to evolve.
Wow.
That's why I met Sana, I met Emmanuel Bludo, I met all the great guys. So at that point in time, there was no concept like we had now. It was just metal instrument who just came out trying to do something for himself. There's an Audrey now, Messi, and so all the guys, like, we were all hoping to make things music. Sorry for that phrase, but so I came together with Sana.
Okay.
And we created a group called PL Crew. Sometimes the whole PL was a phrase we're laughing with and joking with.
Oh, okay.
So at like pride level, they became PL Crew.
Yeah.
Yes, and gradually we noticed that it was very serious than we thought, because we're doing we're helping almost all the ministers, playing all the concerts that were emerging out in that season, and so we had to formalize it and make it like a formidable structure.
So it became Praise Levites Crew.
The Praise Levites, yes. After it was formalized,
the Praise Levites Crew. So you were with PL Crew for how long?
So actually, from the inception to it was long. I wouldn't really remember how long. It was very long.
It's very long.
So many things.
Even over a decade, right?
Oh no, it wouldn't. Let's say 4, 5 years. 3, 4, 5 years.
Wow.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Wow. So you decided to move from PL Crew, right?
It wasn't a move. It was.
You know, actually, I used to follow PL Crew a lot, especially you.
Okay.
And I'll come to the reason why I chose you personally. And then all of a sudden, I realized that Dave JLOOPZ is no more showing up. So that's why. What's happening?
Okay, so let me tell you the truth.
Okay.
Like my part. Like nobody. Okay, I'm sure I've said this somewhere before, but let me put it on record. I'm sure so many people had stories. Like I heard different stories from different sources, but the truth about the matter is, after school, I found myself in the bank.
Oh, okay.
So I was working in the bank for over 7 years.
Wow. Oh, okay. That's
and
great.
you know how stressful the bank is.
Yes.
And you're in a group where members were full-time music, and you are like part-time. I get to wake up at 5, get ready for work, come home by 9. Okay, I don't even have time to rehearse throughout the whole week. So imagine, I'm getting rusty. Already, I'm feeling that I'm drawing my friends back. Already, I'm not the JLOOPZ that I was, because now there are extra responsibilities in the corporate institution. So that's one of the challenges. So you get to rehearsal and notice that even though you are playing, Charlie, it's not happening. Like the synergy was dropping gradually, and it was evident. But they respect you, so they can't tell you, but wisdom will tell you that Charlie is happening. So and all these years I've appreciated vocal music. I always wanted to create a choir, like joy celebration.
Yeah.
And my people knew, Sana, they all knew. But every year I postponed this because I was that type that I had so many ideas, but implementation was always a struggle. I talk about so many things, but I don't do them. So it was around the same time that everything was gloomy. Like I wanted to do something that might not possibly be like playing, but you are just there in instruction, you are grooming and guiding people. Like that one, I can even do it with the bank. So it became, so that was a struggle. It ended up some way though, so many information, so many things coming up. It was gloomy and very petty when you use it. But God has been so good. Like we matured from that stage. And we had to understand growth, we had to understand separation, we had to understand all these things, the change. And yes, now I understand why everything happened. And in all things, you just have to give glory to God. Yeah.
Now, JLOOPZ, let me ask you this question. I know you play piano, but you decided to zero in on synth. What?
Hey, you have. Where did you hear this? You really I had always had the interest in orchestral music, atmospheric sound, miscellaneous, trying to be as central to tone. Like, so even though the piano, I came up from school with that piano approach.
Yeah.
I was very simple in my piano approach too. Like, it wasn't like over the stage, like so many things. But when it came to the strings part, the singers part, it was always where I wanted to be. Like that case, the only time I'll play a piano would be probably the piano doesn't show up and I just have to be there. But that wasn't my space. Like, that was in a space that I really could express myself. So those times was a sense. That's what made me JLOOPZ, because of impact project. I could exaggerate anytime I'm on stage with some funny dance moves and some interesting body gestures and things. So that was more expressive to me. Like it showed my true character and my true inner self than being on the piano. Yeah.
If I met JLOOPZ and I was supposed to ask him a question, the question that I would always ask is, what influences or informs your composition on the keyboard in terms of the kind of chords you play? Because your progressions are unique in relation to what we used to know. I mean, the way we play the local music. When you came in, you brought that uniqueness in a lot of progressions. So what actually informs that composition? How do you get those compositions?
Well, it's the orientation. Like I was saying, the orientation. I didn't get the opportunity to have a teacher. Like I can't say, oh, this one taught me this. Like, so I had to put everything together.
Okay.
And some of them I didn't even know where they were from. But I had to learn everything in a rush, because when I got the opportunity to understand that, hey, this was the real deal, I'd wasted my time thinking I was the best in my room. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn everything and put everything together. But at the end of the day, I realized that I sounded different. I sounded like me. I sounded me. Like you can listen to a music and be like, oh, this is JLOOPZ. Like I couldn't sound like anyone else because I didn't have the opportunity to be tutored and nurtured by anyone. So it was me. So I can look at you and take one thing from you, take another thing from somebody, and try to put all together in my way, in my small innocent way. So that's how come I was sounding I was learning so much from people, and it was an emergency moment for me because I thought I'd wasted so much time trying to learn things that were not appropriate in that dispensation. So I was learning so many things. So at the end of the day, I had to put them together in a way that I would understand and a way that the consumer would also understand and appreciate. So I think that made my year a little bit different and weird. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Tell us about Overflow Incorporated.
So Overflow after the deal, after my exit on the PSO, I had really direct my attention into the group. It was, and it's still a vocal piece where Overflow is different because it's not a conventional choir where you have people stagnant in it for years.
Okay.
Every year there's an audition, there's a review. I don't like keeping people stagnant, and I always want to appreciate people growing and growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
So I had to bring a different approach and different ideology to a vocal group. But the main purpose of Overflow was to nurture, to look out for, because I realized that there were so many talent gifts, but they always ended up probably their churches. Nobody gets to know them. Nobody gets to appreciate what God is doing in this season. So everywhere, and it was a Wantapainum welcome to Ghana for the first time. And so that day, so many things happened. We had challenges in sound. We were disappointed at the state of the instrument. And so morale was down. Like, he's an American. Wanted to show her that the Ghanaians did.
Yeah.
So meeting all those things kind of dump our spirit. But so when you came on stage, during everything, like Patrick, he was the pianist for the real group.
Okay.
He told me to play organ.
You mean Cotson, right?
Yeah, Patrick Cotson.
Patrick Cotson. Okay, all right.
Yeah. He told me to play organ for because he says American loves organ, so I should play organ. I said, hey, Patrick, are you sure? And he said, oh yes, let me try it. She liked it. So I changed the tone of my keyboard to B3 organ.
Wow.
And I was, as soon as I pressed on it, it came. Said no, I shouldn't play, but trying to modify it initially, not to be music based. Yeah, I was shy. I was like, oh my god, what kind of this is this? Like the whole video. Everybody was here. I was like, oh, this guy's not for real. So I was like, oh Patrick, I told you. So while she was saying it, and I was there, and she just turned. She just turned. What she just turned and said that whatever, and you too. She started saying some things to me, like, and I was there, like I was confused. I think, trust me, I had to go back to the video to understand some of the things she said, because at that point I was confused. I didn't know what she was even saying. Like I was just looking at my keyboard. It was like, boy, oh God. I just went in there, and she was coming towards me. I was like, hey, the same crown. I'm like, and she was coming, and she was coming, and she was coming, and I was there. And that's right. That's one of the things she was saying, and I just raised up my hand. That day, trust me, I was a star. Because the whole stadium, everybody wanted to touch my hand and to appreciate the ability of my hand. So that's the experience.
Wow. Now, tell us how you met Minister Joe Mettle.
Oh, well, Joe Mettle has always been a friend. He's always been a brother. I remember when I was in Uniga, he came to take some jobs for some people there, and so that's where we met. So we're meeting at so many places. When I came out of school, me and Sana started talking outdoor, so we became very close. We're going everywhere with him, and we're just friends. That's where it started. But one day, that's when I became part of the school. One day, at UK, he's a keyboardist. He's in Australia now. UK used to play with keyboard, and UK had another program. It was Joe's First Love Gift, but UK had another program.
Fusion.
Yeah, Fusion.
Okay, yeah.
And UK come with it. Can I come and learn all the songs on the spot and play the program the next day? Hey! So I drove straight to the venue that day. It was after work, because I was in the band. So I had to learn all the things that evening and play the next day. That was the first game on YouTube. We were all in some red t-shirts.
Okay.
Yes, that's the first metal I've been. And from there, yes, I was part of the team till now. It's been over 10 years. Yes.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
How has the experience with him been?
Well, Jonathan is one of the most selfless, humble people I've ever met. Like, he hasn't changed. He's not somebody who has changed with time. Somebody you say has changed because he's now probably getting all the awards or getting all the attention. No, he's been the same way ever since I've known him.
Yeah.
He's selfless. He has helped me in so many things, so many decisions, so many spiritually, physically.
Wow.
And I'm very honored to know him. Really honored.
We hope to get him soon enough on the parent show.
You would definitely.
When you are going to play a show or a program,
Yeah.
and then
There have been rare occasions where I've forgotten, but I always put up pointers, like interesting things in the song that would always remind me of the song. That's what I try to do. But I've forgotten. I remember I've forgotten some intros before. And
Wow.
Some of them I had to listen to them on the spot. Like I had some small earphone, I had to bow and just or some had to turn to probably Ludo and say, hey, this one, how it will go. Yeah. Sometimes you do over 15, 20 songs.
Yeah.
And they're all very different. The arrangements are all different and very complicated. So it's more like a challenge because it's very difficult to have so many rehearsals or have enough time to rehearse. So sometimes the rehearsals are very together. Like you have like 3 weeks to rehearse for a big gig like Rage Reloaded or Love Gift or something. So everything you need a very big hard disk in your memory to put all those things together. But we've done it with time, so it's not scary like it was those days. Yeah.
And how do you come up with your intros?
Well, one good thing about the geometric band is the synergy. It comes with playing a very long time, understanding body language, expressions, and teamwork. That is very crucial. So each time we are together, everybody brings up relevant information to put the whole puzzle. Okay, so why don't we do this? Everybody tries to. There's no discrimination. Everybody tries to bring something he feels can aid and make the music full. You get it. So at the end of the day, it's always a collective collaboration, and it always works. Yeah.
So you're going to give us some quick comments about mashup and DJ live concept.
Yes. So with the mashup, it was simple. Like I had friends coming to my house. So I had a home studio in Adabaka. So when they sing, and of course you can't live without singing. And most of my friends are musicians, like singers. Especially 80% of my friends are singers. It's funny, but that has been my friend group. Yes, so when they come, of course, there's a keyboard, there's a microphone, so you have to sing. So I remember I was putting that out on my Facebook, and people were enjoying it. So I was like, oh, in my small way, why would I just gather up people like that and just try to and the interest level was growing, and it became as big as the matchups, you know.
And about the DJ live concert.
Yeah, the DJ live too had a similar aspect. Because I remember someday I brought Charlie Keys to my studio and I did a live video on Facebook. And the response, anytime I did a video, the response is crazy. Like, and I'm just asking questions people are commenting. So I met a friend of mine called Divine Media, he's audio, and he had the equipment. got the video gadgets and the equipment to go live stream. And so I told him about the idea, and he appreciated it, and we started. So every Thursday at 1 o'clock, we're interviewing all the people who had stages, who were asking them questions and how they made it to that stage, and it was working.
Okay. All right. Now you decided to put together all the pieces of your metal songs, and then you played it on keyboard.
Yeah. That was the corona part of my life where there was nothing to do, and I always get behind the keyboard.
Yeah.
Of course, I was an ambassador to a very good keyboard brand like the Nord keyboard, and I later on became an artist of that brand as well. So it was always refreshing playing it, and I wanted to share it with the world, and also share the spiritual part of meditation, prayer, music, spiritual music. So yes, that's what initiated the whole there.
So how is that doing? How is it doing now?
Yeah, there are so many songs I've made that we are done, but I'll be releasing them soon. I've gone a little bit quiet on social media. I'm not out there anymore for some time. I'm going through a phase. So when I bounce back, I God's grace, I'm going to start uploading all those things, and they're definitely going to be a blessing.
Okay, all right. Now, what would Dave JLOOPZ do before coronavirus on Saturday?
Before coronavirus on Saturday?
On Saturday, yes.
Yes, I'll wake up. I used to sleep late and wake up very early.
Okay.
And I used to really work at night. So definitely, I'm going to wake up very tired, but I'll still go behind my PC. Of course, definitely, I'm going to wake up tired, but I'll still pray and do my devotion and move to my PC, read my mails, find out what I'm going to go on YouTube, find out the videos I've missed, and start the day's activity. Like every day after I left the bank, every day is like I became an entrepreneur. Every day is a working day for me. Like the only day I rest is on a Monday, but the weekends are even very, very good health than even a weekday. Like the weekends, every time there's something on Saturday and a Sunday, so it's crazy. And now I'm the new director of Trinity Baptist Church as well. So Saturday evening would have been a rehearsal for me, preparing for Sunday. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us, are you married or single?
Yes, I'm married.
You're married, yes.
One kid.
With a kid. God has blessed you with a kid. Wow, that's awesome, man. Unfortunately, to those of you out there that are crashing on Dave JLOOPZ, he's married and
they can crash on the gifting, but they can't crash on the personality.
All right. I hope she's doing well and the family is doing very well.
Oh yeah. She's been of great support. Like she's one person who has kept me on track. I'm very mysterious and not like it's crazy, but and to get a wife who support, gives all the cordial advices and just takes you through the path of all these things is the best thing I could ever ask for. So I thank God for her life.
Wow.
I thank God for bringing her my way.
That's a gift from God.
Yeah.
I know that for sure.
You.
Wow. Now, rumor has it say that Dave JLOOPZ wants to register that name as his official name. Is that true?
Yes. It's not even gradually. I think that I am in the process of doing that.
Wow.
Yes. I realized that I had to personalities, especially when I'm traveling abroad.
Okay.
Every achievement of mine is with the JLOOPZ. Okay.
Yeah.
My passport is saying something different. So reconciling the two a little bit problematic. You get like you have a digital in your passport and everything, and the reason why you're even traveling is a Dave JLOOPZ. So you understand. So definitely it has to be part of my name. Yeah. And of course, now, even if I tell people I'm Dave, like, of course, with the Dave, you know I'm Dave. It's like, if I even say my real name, nobody will know me. Trust me. Everybody would know me as a JLOOPZ or a JLOOPZ or a Dave, but nobody, people ask that, who is that? Yeah. So I think that, the last time my mom really called me JLOOPZ, that's when I realized that. It's high time I really make it public. Yeah.
Wow, that's really. In fact, I'm enjoying this interview, and I hope listeners.
I'm enjoying it as well.
So, what is the way forward?
Way forward for me,
Yes,
I think.
like, what do you intend doing? Are you currently thinking of carrying out some projects?
Well, yes, definitely. I'm gonna. My much awaited book, The Woes of a Music Director, would be out this year. I'm tired. Every year I postponed it. So this year I have to release it by God's grace. If they give us the help to do that. And of course I'm gonna come out with a few albums as well for myself, my implementation album. I'm going to really establish my concept.
Wow.
From the Naughty Show
I
to
can't
the DJ
wait.
Live
I can't wait,
to the Mashup, and I'm gonna do so many things. If by God's grace, would every year, if you follow me critically, every year we come up with something different.
Yeah.
This year, Corona has brought so many things, but God is still king.
Yeah.
We'll come out with something. Yeah.
Yeah. We are left with a couple of questions to go. Tell me.
Yeah, and production.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and Uniam is coming up with a new single in a few weeks. I've finished producing it, everything is ready,
Wow.
and it's coming out with a video in a few weeks. So you should watch out for it.
Can't wait. We are ready. That's great. And now, who is your favorite musician in Ghana?
My favorite musician
Yes, I
is
know
me.
it's you, right?
Yeah, it's me.
Apart from
I enjoy
yourself.
listening to myself. I enjoy time with myself. Sorry.
Of course.
Yeah. So I think I
would like you to do these two things together for me. First of all, I would like you to give a general message to up and coming musicians, instrumentalists, aspiring to be like you, and I would like you to share with us how you could.
All right. So my message will definitely be like everybody has a designated legacy to be built. And everyone's legacy is different. The fact that you see me here and see all the acknowledgements, there was a process to this thing. And the process, so many things have been said about the process, but the process is being diligent to yourself, knowing yourself, finding your niche, understanding yourself, being confident in yourself. That's the first approach. When you have all those things, you just have to go through the process painfully. That's the underlying word. Painfully. So many people want to go smoothly, and any hurdle they set, it sounds very frustrating, and they want to quit. If I tell you so many things I've encountered in my over 16 years, you'll be amazed, because it hasn't been easy, but and always have your eyes on the prize. You are the only person who has been convicted by your source, your maker, that is God, and He has shown you where He wants you and where you want to go. So even though the hurdles and the things will hit you hard, just look straight and accept criticism, learn from your mistakes. When you make a mistake, don't be sad, get up, work at it. Don't be too bully-headed when the fans and the achievements have been acknowledged, because anything can happen. The same people who say hey, the same people who, so keep your head straight and move. Don't copy, don't follow the crowd, don't look out for the latest trend. No, you are your trend, so follow it. And God Himself, in that, I always say there's one day and there's one time in your life where God Himself is going to expose you. But when you are not critically placed and positioned, you will not find Him, and that acknowledgement will not come your way. Yeah.
Wow. So how could you be reached?
Yes, I'm not on Facebook anymore. I've left Facebook.
Wow.
But I have a fan page on Facebook called JLOOPZ.
Okay.
I haven't been there in a while, but I'll start when I come back.
Okay.
And Instagram, Dave JLOOPZ. YouTube, Dave JLOOPZ. Yes. Twitter, Dave JLOOPZ. Yeah. So everywhere, Dave JLOOPZ. I'm the only Dave JLOOPZ in the whole world.
The whole world.
I've seen so many people name themselves JLOOPZ, but I'm the only authentic Dave JLOOPZ.
Dave
The whole wide world.
Now, finally, give us a message from Nod to the world.
Yeah. Hey, not keyboard. I've tried all the brands. Yes, I'm not trying to discourage any brand, but from this is a disclaimer. This is me as JLOOPZ, and I've finalized my excitement in my 15 years of playing the keyboard on not because of the ability to use sample tones. Any tone you feel you enjoy, how to incorporate it on the keyboard, the feel of the keys, the versatility of the knobs, and the whole keyboard as a whole is so created. I felt it was created for somebody as miscellaneous as me, and I feel that every keyboardist should have the opportunity to have a try and to appreciate what the Nod has brought up. So yeah, every tech should also get one as well. And their music, the keyboard is start sounding different, no matter how trained he or she is.
Wow. Listeners, we just had press for time. If not, JLOOPZ would have been here all day. But we're so much grateful having Dave JLOOPZ on the show. Saying God bless you so much.
Thank you very much as
well. God bless you so much. I know we have to get you back on this show because there's a lot more. Yes, a lot more to talk about. Hey, thank you so much.